What's going on, folks? Eddie here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. So today we're going to be working on the Abarth 500. We are just starting on the 500 because we are waiting for parts to come in for the 124. As of now, we are going to be simultaneously building both of the cars, which hopefully means we're going to be bringing you more content. Now, this is Jason's Abarth 500. He's had this thing for a couple of years, and he's done a couple little things to it, but he's never really gone too far with the car. As the car sits right now, it's lowered on I-box springs, and it has some mud flaps. That's really about it. Well, it also has some pretty good stickers on it. I gotta say, I'm a pretty big fan of the Clarkson sticker. We're gonna start by putting in a downpipe and some chassis braces. The hardest part to doing this, as you will see, is actually getting the original downpipe out. Once you have that downpipe out, putting the new one in is insanely easy. It's the same issue with the 124. It's the heat shields. The heat shields get in the way of you being able to pull out a downpipe really easily on both of the cars. The plan for this car, aside from the downpipe and the chassis braces, we're gonna be putting in a front mount intercooler, an intake, we're gonna dyno tune the car, and then after that's done, we're gonna move on to a bigger turbo. We're gonna put in this downpipe, and then after we're done with that, we're gonna put on a set of chassis braces. Now, these chassis braces are something I bought while I was in LA a couple of years back for my 500, but they just never made it onto the car. So my loss is Jason's gain. I'm just gonna give them to him, and we're gonna put him on his car. So that's what we're gonna do today. Okay, so here is the Catless downpipe from Torque Motorsports for the Fiat 500 Abarth and 500 Sport Turbo. This is a relatively loud addition to your car. So if you're gonna put one of these in your vehicle, it's good to put a resonator in your mid-pipe just to get the volume down. Now, if you live somewhere where you don't have to worry about disturbing your neighbors or you just don't care, it does sound pretty good. But warning, this will make your car loud. Now, whenever you install a ceramic coated pipe, what you want to do is you want to let the car run for about 20 minutes after installing it. After that, give it some low load driving. Reason being is the ceramic coating, it's baked on in an oven, but an oven won't get the temperature of the coating up high enough to fully cure it. So the last bit of curing happens on the car itself. Reason being, exhaust temperatures can reach in excess of like 12, 13, 1400 Fahrenheit. Yeah. So you want to make sure that you don't just beat on your car after installing one of these right away. Give it that little bit of time. That way you know that the ceramic coating is going to have a long life. All right, let's put this thing in. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pull off the intake. The intake's just slightly in the way of the downpipe. Yeah, let's get started.
Just try to be gentle. I don't want to clip the hose itself. All right. We have the intake off. I'm gonna quickly inspect his compressor wheel on his turbo to make sure there's no damage to it before we get started. It's worth inspecting on these cars when you do an oil change anyways. So to do that, a cell phone is a great tool. So I'm gonna take the cell phone in camera mode with the light turned on, and I'm just gonna point it down so I can see inside the turbo. So I can see that there's no chips, dings, or any pitting anywhere inside the turbo. You look for the chips and dings on the wheel itself, and you want to look for pitting around the actual inlet itself on the metal walls. It looks good, so there's no concerns here. The other thing you want to do is just give the shaft a quick little wiggle to see if there's any play. Wait till the turbo's cooled down to do this. Yeah, that's good. So we know that Jason's turbo appears to be in pretty good shape at this point in time. Not that I think his turbo will be staying on this car for all that long. I think the next ones are 10 mil. Yeah, 10 mil. My brain still remembers how to work on a 500. Oh, I did find a 10 mil socket. Look at that. It's amazing, isn't it? It's the one that's always missing. Here's the stock downpipe. Now you'll recognize that it's same turbo as on the Fiat 124. It's almost sitting in the same spot too. If this was a 124, the only difference is this would be moved this way slightly. So we're gonna drape this down over here so it doesn't touch anything. You don't want to get it wet, you don't want to get any oil on it, you don't want to drop it. You want to be careful. Okay, so I'm just gonna get these basically put in. I don't want to tighten them yet. Okay. I want them to have a little bit of play, just so we have room to make sure everything's in place correctly. My 500 didn't even have this. We just took it out.
Which?
This plate I'm putting back in?
Oh, the plate? Oh,
this whole plate that attaches to the oil pan, we just took it out and left it out. Primarily because it's nice for this, but you don't have enough room to keep it if you have a 3-inch exhaust. You have to remove it.
Oh yeah, I can see that. It sticks out.
Yeah. It just gives you that extra bit of room to play. So downpipe, where's that missing gasket? You found the missing gasket. There's the missing gasket. Don't lose this. So we're gonna get the clamp on, but not completely on. I wanna have a little bit of flex and play to move the downpipe around as we actually install it. It's not on tight, but the downpipe is held on and we can rotate it around. So now we'll go back underneath the car and continue to attach things. So we don't want to go crazy tight on this. We just got to get it tight enough.
Just get everything fit.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna wind it backwards first before starting to thread it in because it's gonna get a little twisty. Ready?
Ready?
Good. Okay, so the part these replace is right here.
So the downpipe's on the car, and the thing is absolutely rowdy sounding. So let's take a listen to the before and after. So here's before. So stock, they sound really good. It's one of the best things about a 500 Abarth, but you can always make them better. So here's the after. There's no real way for you to understand exactly how loud this car is. The internet does not do volume justice. This thing is stupidly loud. So next up, we're gonna end up putting a resonator in that. A resonator can really help with the volume of these things to a point. There's, if you wanna go much quieter than what we're about to do, you're gonna need a muffler. And who wants a muffler on a 500?